edi amount kozi se show no ebeba no awie ye anopai me tumrika na afei Makafet Homeopathic Clinic ne ho danse kakra edi achro de atienie bia for the first time wokọ no wokọ a yade na chronic and ade call ye wo ba ye be ma enron ketinketi bi white wa nhwe na bedu fi a obeya pe na yade we na yemye wakofa enron ketinketi we me ye ne da bi memu ho bomfia waduro no tan se adwuma no masa no hye ni nyina no ene se obi ha wokọ a stroke no afa na eche no obi de ye chechecheche ne nsa na epo obi ye fibroid diabetes pressure ulcer asthma arthritis ete ene siwe ni so awone de mese na no me na o momi na kenkan o mu a onam so na awrade nam so amoma wose mentumi o ha we se me ba ho no ma wo me de me ba na to wo so o kan across the Ghana wontumi anu nti eye Faith Homeopathic Clinic awone de oba ye betwa mpane kakra na de ma wo ya no akai se wo nko ho me mfiti preoccupant tabre duro no emfa ma wo ko fia so me nua bi si nani enu nti ma me mfa bi ma no da bi ye hwe ho ne atwa waduro no edi ema wo bra fidie no aka kye yen enu nti yen ketenkete ye de gu ye tachrema so ye tafre hwe ho 4-5 days pro yade no etimi ego ahene we kokoben eti junction mu Bogosu station wa takrade ya Naji police station Kofodua Polyclinic Junction na chese enyema kama Monday to Saturday 7 to 5:30 number no krado 0246 728 675 0246 728 675 0556 272 671 mipa chonya mi wadom na wo san ho yade na ho odin ya na wabomodem na wa change environment ne kakra koda nurse hotel sans accommodation restaurant bar conference hall and na wifi na ye connect wono bibia wutimi de ye ebra woda ho no mo spacious car park na ba bia wodo ka ne kose kwa tumu say yes bangwana no odem wedding reception no ho na nkofo koje ntimi ma number ne sesi na weekend mu amotachi dan wo kuma se wo fra chichi ne banchan ba no fra nurse hotel so mate wonka ewo Oyerepa anu nti munya me room baako munya me mienu ye kwakuo na ye ba me nso kwa de me ne me dofo ye frifie weekend ye ba bedi ne ho na afenyam kama eya sokwa Olem Street few kilometers away from Babayara Sports Stadium number ni 0322 024 438 0322 024 438 0559 664 891 na chese enyama kama edi amaho na onso watimi ejina wona so na menkoba nimem na fe anopai menka abe Herbal Clinic enwasam emfa encho na fe tumika ekoho na onso no ahoade no emra na nyama nyina enye kama de tie ne se wuduani kirem ewo abe Herbal Clinic ukopiem ewo tanaso apatapa yes apatapa junction asam ana mekan wode usi na tazi do besren kwa do kwa kakria bi anasa wo ano wo pesa obomoden na fe ni nyina mu no me kanesa wo pesa wo exercise kwa no a obetumi aye exercise na kopiem ewo abe Herbal Clinic na ko abe Herbal Clinic yade ne wo pede ye chronic ebo wo obi ase da bi wo ba bewu me ben no na me busan se kire me secret no ene de no wo se da bi me boka ye duro na me nsuro wo bi yare na me man ho tonu a wono ankase kodie dance ama me nso wo de obi foforo ediaba nti wo bo duro ba ko ho ka enya ne dene enu nti ana morofo no frachichi ne bencheye ade achi ade asen wo musima ma be so se da bi che secret no you be krom ha morofo krom ha yo mfidi a ye de hwe yade na so sekasa no ye ntumi nanso wo de yate wonka ewo Ghana ha sekasa no wutimi sa wabra enko obi die no etwere ye mguase yade papa wo de ko ba bi a ye be ka cheso ya yema ne ko 2 months na etwa ho kikra na wo de hye no eguna num ase abetimi sa etwere yade a emma biemu me ka chewo a wo bema no wo tie sports yi onsa o wani age Messi asam nanso do nwumre a wa nhwa be bo adabrijo opeso di mensam wo mpam ye paade a honkwam no wofom wo ba no na fa ahia besa 5 years 10 years awone ma nkwam no wofom do ko na fa yenhwe sperm count no empama diabetes sanso na gono pass typhoid ne how bosome ensisi so na bon sa no ewone de wo bo ache wo bema no fon na efon enya so for sem mama be na wo ho aduro international mama Tibomodim na say breko ho na eneye menuka say watrase a wo hwe wanim so baba no hwe wo 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Tobo asena je number no netino na afi won hwe 0243 345 392 050 646 0208 na chese abe Herbal Clinic etimi ahwew amanyama ayekama tieniye wey eye Ghana Churches for Christ in America. Ghana Churches for Christ in America. Omo any menuka say die na abomadem can win in collaboration with Accra Road Church of Christ and air can boom way ayija and air present ediama war team na da so no yes true to be told. True be told, not just say, ye come no crap at the show Bible reference no Ephesians 4:15. Ephesians 4:15. Now date no if you're the on the 13th of this month. Now for your Saturday, which is 14th. Not just say the tier el hono na a venue no CCB auditorium. KNUST campus and a Jumadie Airbaso time no day 1 no 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Day 2 no 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Bomadim now here bibia ewo Jumadie hu a what friend and Baysan say Ghanaian Churches of Christ in America and the Jumadie at the Airbre War 0247 178878 0578 857707 Ofra was a metemonka Oyerepa the Ghanaian Churches of Christ in America moment chomuka kra ewa Jumadi no Kulun Ghana Limited home of quality Chinese herb Hantun capsules obo modem na fe wo sha asiasa wo no mu a prostrate no ba be yina kwa ama ho atimi ato wo Johnson tentam wo de ne kokokokokoko emo hyehyew wo hia Hantun capsules enyi sa de ne mfiri ho ba ma tie ne ye na me adom prostrate bia hawa ya dimensem ewo mpam na fe ye ma mo piafo enu nti wo ta company wo sisim wo bi nso wo ni de no de akone ne renchen wo bitimi jatimi dum ewo mfimfini bra wo no ba na hiem ha dwene enu nti na wo hia Mr. K wo ba bia hia araba bazen tablet esiesia himfie ho bosome flow no be flow kama na fe nka na firi oba no eno nso aye kama enya disorders bia ho no mo womadim ne enko apidanga habme juliponia Costa Pharmacy ni nyina no ewo mrom blazer kwa eno nso ebi ho dani heba number ni 0244 275 429 0244 275 429 enko phone no mu no mu dia me ba twa no obusia mo mfa ho nyim sanse ye kan wa mfa ho anyim beduru ba bi na bo no wuntumi edin no aye nanes rice ye wo yatunu din rice mi obrempon aye red and as a green sachet na dia ba dwa so na bomodem woto Ghana economy no ekononim 100% made in Ghana ahoden sonko na yehwemu chese edibre ni padua no tibomodem na dru asafo ice block house na kopa bi 2 honomo poku trading supermarket adum ABC supermarket patase continental supermarket ayeduase gate KNUST ebi ho 0308 251 167 0545 773 449 Dr. Lawson wushiane bia no ya pan the virgin doctor na chese wunim no wotu ne botom na dollars a wotimi flow bi e de fa ho sanse wo bo bemadin wo ya duro pa ne nyina no ene se Dawson Herbal Mixture no de ba ene de comfort typhoid achi wo mo jaundice menstrual problems no ko coronate atu mo tunu manim no ne nyina nti ame adom ekọ ebrom no nom Herbal Mixture ne bie obi kwa le ntire yiye onom koto mienu miensa e de ahoto e de abre no obi nso benom Lawson Locke ne nyina ne se wo ba bi onini hyiaye wa ma bema bi onini hyiaye infections bi abetra ne so obi de gono syphilis white candidiasis ne nyina ne ye enam nsayade a etimi spread womadim na fe koto drebi nom na ntu sade na se emfama eye delay man capsules bema unya bia wudi mensam e wompam bema bi jatimi dum e womfimfini nkwamo ane wofom sanso ena ne nyina mu no wuntimi nyina so encha wo hia Lawson delay man capsules enu nyina no e omrom ye kokayang heba apidang misi heba na fenyama ye kama 0242 133 577 na just wo kokel 362 pace ana de emanu a ebe ye maso no omo bana fei omo anya different one no ma fa kel sanse ye tono ntam no omo nya mfaso ni bi na afemu de kofi ade achi a omo nsa koma no tikal 362 pace no wuhia ma no otobi sanse Samaro company ana de ba omo de saso ba ye no ebo adwuma papa wo sene pipe fita wo seria wunsuro wo hramu a wunsuro ni nyina mu no protecto gam no ema wunsampa ni nyina no eye gam no ehu adwuma obu ho a nam si ho a wontimi enwi bi obi nso ho no ni nyina no na kyese ne se no ekeka enkampo a efuro no mu ba no enya krakrakrakrakra nti wuhyi abaya na asa wo ka sempa bi a che no wontimi ni wankasa ni nyina ne se de oyusuru enye dane hoen na kopeka 362 pace na fei emfa num kampa na efre ba no nyama enkoyie ena yi supermarket bi abawuram provision shop bia no eye car 362 pace no ene ne ehia wo se frenambe 0246864798 car 362 pace happy smile the boss player at the air eye police near Drew Dr. Steven Nyako edini ba kope number 1 immune booster number 1 immune booster de cha de sen nipa enkwamo bi wemu wo de eyemra de tiene se yade bitimi bɔ pa na afi woda ho nti ono ena ye no fe acha 1 month no yare 1 month no yare 1 month e kan system ne week kakra bi na je se kikra wo na ada ho a ye kɔto atwene no ene nti bomodin na protective system no immune no ho din a ya bia ntumi envencha no nti na wo hia imbus no ye nim se dodo no anopa awia nwumere ye nom na afi ahode no atumi aba infections bia nso a abetena so no eno ne enom obaase flow ni maye meti dwame gaga obi kura timi frɛ we na menum ye ko na nso man ka din na msi yes power ewo imbus no emu na me ka kyerɛ wo no ye ko hospital square junction Dankes Popio 0246 20 84 96 0540 710113 na kyerɛ ahode no etumi aba ti legend eto so na for today's sports etumi aba wakwam ewo ho.
That's right. You know, that's a
okay.
Yeah, Juan, come. No, Zakito.
I know. When you're back when it's hard to be about bim no sense.
Oh, no, Manchester need be catch him say. Bona Martinelli, she na born a content.
Oh,
and
Manchester near
Abes. Nane content. And I didn't go bushim. Netanaki didn't go bushim. Na born ne content. Na born granny coponum. Mudie ya pongo foko fie good friend no have shame born great like Zach net say
oh nyamiadom
oh fine
o ko fana fumu boss
is also beso ba now
oh
mezam record me tetana record no
Say slopa na me feri work make say we dey to so
oh dem me ba that come the recording be baba Zach
so
to record there
na me adom
fine oh yeah
na me adom be fine e bia wo nti e bia fine
you na me be fe ade am dey tipote nyangopon o idie se kanipa na nyame akawu
pa ele
asumesi amani tuaro na ngo na nka kani ekanya asem kra na ayi kwesi abia ni coaches nso makodu kama
makodu na I have a news on it e be fia
o news on
more news pa in relation to Ghana school job on near
okay
more exclusive
mama mabodi de ma emfa akonya so ne na ye na yo fa large cruiser yeah na se se na no e course ye kwa akokra no na wakope bless ye start kasa no so mashira no Ignatius me na tena ye tinne sa akonya aba na se kwasi apia so kwa na okura udi animu no large se me akola ketekete na kimfese ye training aso asena mi jiro nyina no hume na me tuo no nya asem da
good
nam se asem me to asintra good ye di animu abade a ene wa bless na onko na emu mumbe coach mame
Oh, okay.
Azana. Yeah. Hey, heavy. I don't know.
Good. Good, so a blessing.
Oh, a blessing. I like you, I'm blessing now.
Committee issue, and I put the leader to allergy honor. Me feature prominently.
Committee here.
Now, I put the lead ignite to allergy honor.
As anything.
Multi committee.
Oh, there was a somewhat a committee, and I will feature prominently. They consulted me, and the appointment of leading the university.
What's the move?
Oh, fans. Yes, no. Also, pass it down fans. Now, me the other fans. Also, pass it down.
Now, it's over.
Today.
Say, you never catch us on open.
I do want fans on.
What can I? I'm not saying you're bad. What can we? Say, I'm not
fans.
And also Bible.
I don't fans no more.
I am back for the son. I mean, what's the sense of
what does it?
Coach, let's say Coach Freddy. Okay, you have about so net.
And they are over.
Oh, town.
No, the last time my lectures be. There be that's what we trim lectures what the man
town for a while.
In coaching, so to know by some opportunity on that lectures.
I never discussed it.
I enjoyed it.
But when you land in the you watch it.
Because Sandra, me cousin, no person in
Yeah,
about how Pep and Ateta. Emma, if you are neutral, you don't enjoy the game because of it's a neutral game. Then you're fair.
Are you too tactical?
Yeah, tactical. Because now I say, we know I say we know I can't win. No, I can't win. You neutral that born and you're fair. We ask that they be fair because we ask and you wash it until we win budget. But if you are neutral now, we have because of high game, we are tactical.
We describe that game as a total liberation.
Oh, no, neutral.
What's me neutral?
We better not say about more neutral.
I support Manchester City.
Say yes. Yeah, wait, yeah, Munti, Babu Banya and Yanquena.
Tamanti, the impunity in Ghana football continues. Incomplete ESCO vote vice president.
So, they're totally related to the first one. One AB and I different the impunity in Ghana football continues. Full stop.
None sub headline.
Incomplete ESCO.
Omakoto Abayi vice president.
Okay. Now no me saying.
Say omonto a RFS no. Am I say RFS na so you two.
There be no me saying.
No me saying.
3 absentees. All others were there. So coach was up here.
Now, what it says about those who can vote.
It doesn't make the ESCO complete.
No, also the can. It could be asked them the whole council court to Omumra. Yes, sir. Sebia the number of people who should be present.
RF4 no RF4 SS ESCO so my ESCO complete. Vice president.
Law no
the representation from the lower level no composition of the executive council. Now Kayano be do the third number.
Already those are the great impunity.
The vice president of the executive council shall be elected from amongst the members of the executive council at its maiden sitting. He shall act in the absence of the president. And that is this is just what it talks about. See, it will be elected in their maiden to among specific say.
But to some extent you agree with Harry because we are now regional we want to be to elect himself to stand as a vice. Some we are all those who are interested, but we are saying it was acclamation. All of them say you should continue.
But assuming
so they will form an overwhelming majority.
But come on, you see, Edu Ebia, Mudim Ranum Ranu, Nanko for your no ma enye.
Obasa, some are okay, so be tumra. and as we they've gone against this because ESCO for me is 11 as a 12.
We're 12.
Omia 12. So if 9 of them were present, actually say, so many nasty way and the 2 or 3 cannot change anything.
Tama, I want to make my
ESCO
no. Ye to abayi representation. No ma call ESCO no so. And anya sa. RF for no. Omo yi obi man nko ho. Ti wa popular acclamation say dey no ko ye no. Say RF for no mpire so a eno so.
Omo ye mienu and this is majority.
To show say ye mpire so.
O mpire so asa o mpire so.
The reason why me side with wo. Now the data American they say you're talking baby no and they say
ultimate tonchine tama tama na ukra wonto obi asam ntwe ho o tama na obi asam atwene
they no person
that be ukra na wotadwam kwa no wonto obi asam ntwe ho hada o no ni tumi ade to obi asam ntwe tama o de matemu
no tete to boase to was o say ono pese ye to twene and just say ato atwene
that be o kasa o tumi masam atwene sesen
what
o pese o tumi asam na kan to
no pese o to
kai captain and can yeso panacho
me padenya ma cho say me ka say
o ka kanya cho pa bat wan kan yi
me para cho say me to na some na twene
okay
na so
say me say kanya boni bia
wonya ka
so bi ka say bia me pese me bowa so mo
do anope na lawyer bitina ha no mo say attempted to kill
ba me pese nya attempt
na wonyi uti ma
attempt is always by action bia
wo so utiri no
so the trim but anybody them apart but then so to go back to the for example must they wait until Sunyane omako solve a problem in Brownfo and sana esco na ko meeting na
because in Ghana there are elections in this country time I declare in another last election, not teaching money and they are doing a result.
Fantastic.
When it's on a saleable, you can go ahead and take a decision. Say Nipa 11 take a decision, no moon cross and one and quite just a mummy and mobile moon to me. Sana am rat here, but don't know say.
But Obi bet Maka say, Commission person, your vice president. Then
I want to free ban say. Said do not say when you're day manner. So I can say me passage
because nobody put himself up so automatically
so that's so you don't
not
get
to put themselves out. The opportunity was not given.
Wait them visa can never a non-issue honestly asem you bet me ja ho akwa enim wada room so me akwan
Nana man quite cited at police headquarters yesterday afternoon we are kiti yet te hono mo na ye twa picture say born again why your picture in ready tama Okona
yeah bro nya sam goto
me was normally in the cement me ko antie program no live ya na me na ko Facebook tie I read kwa side
yeah bro papa
bo me na yan
ko
tama this is Nana Mankwa at police headquarters enra
no say
who say wakọ report the FA president ama
we dey police headquarters now
na the police ni kwenti we dey woni ba bia
onim
police headquarters say has say
onim mo challenge say
onim
onye obi ha obi
ka onim ti ase ejai na onim jai
e say no onji ni say enye police headquarters o ko fabre na menka masem say e bia ha ye Madina o say ha ye New Town
babo wie na ye nko
tama asem ni nyina na say o say FA president no he goes around with different names different identities and our report ma CID phone abroche die mama Ghana have you move but this time every president na mkrom hanma police want me nche no won fe no on fa
a crime no committee tie me ba it's up to the police to determine so be a boni ana onye boni
na no mo friend na onko
mama na Mankwa akoye na report e no na mo friend na Mankwa to give further and better particulars of allegation or
well I didn't before the election.
The way has got nothing to do with the election.
It has.
No.
It has.
No.
And I was information about it. Was incriminated and came an uncontested.
But wait, into nothing no my friend is no me trust him. San no my ya munya abutre kakra. Why? Abutre so you. But where we
I would me because me can say me yeah. And now person we use skills na dem di baby
dem say me so ko onra. And I'm just almost friend. Is the police are invited Nana Mankwa.
But nipa na case eti ano no friend na on fa.
police for no on
minimum. I'm not aware.
On fa and now to whom or America.
I'm not aware of that.
On fa.
I'm not aware of that. Okay. Mate.
I said police for now a toothless bulldog. Bibia no how mutimi yamani ye nine.
Police na aka sajo.
I ma catch them because they must act. I say where there Krobia so Ghana han e Krofobia so. I say obi the double identity.
Have you told the police this?
Yes, they are behaving like toothless bulldogs. I'm saying the police are behaving like toothless bulldogs.
And judiciary,
they are behaving like toothless bulldogs because I say wait time. I didn't know who this a Ghana have penny Africa pay and obi the double identity number no free of charge. Who come on charge we bet me see one. I won't carry obi amwami I make obi amwami.
Okay. Captain.
So money here.
I think Kodogo had a good win yesterday. It was a good win for Asante Kotoko family and Coach Ogum. Now you can't want him. You remember when you come with him, Kakra at the account how they managed to get that win.
Yeah, no.
Kalu Watara did well.
Yeah, no.
And no one there. My mention the story of Roma wanting to make Lukaku's deal. No?
Okay.
I don't know because we're in the floor.
Omzie befia kwa no. Ba wo bibia brai na we.
Sir, okay, tell me.
Who's Roma here?
It's wanting. That's Jose Mourinho wanting Roma to make Lukaku's deal a permanent one. No, it's a good call. It's a good call.
Lukaku is still a player from where?
For Chelsea. For Chelsea.
Roma won't even assess.
Oh, Mr. Otuo.
They've agreed on the price already.
37
or so million pounds.
37.
Yeah.
Lukaku.
You know, no, this Lukaku player was a player. Mr. Otuo. Now, right? Inter Milan was not prepared to pay the amount not Chelsea. Mauricio Pochettino didn't want him to come back to Chelsea. Juventus supporters were saying, he said, because of guest Chelsea or Messi, and you know they don't need him. So a number of in leading why not Lukaku on your team? And just someone was sitting there, no, thought say, Nipabu, and some man that opportunity no come back to himself because last season Lukaku last 2 or 3 seasons was the best player in the player to won the wasn't one top scorer but was second to Cristiano Ronaldo. Did very well. I know we all thought say Lukaku was a time when Lukaku exploded. He came back to Chelsea and became a footballer and fat. Or call back and went to me and get it back to the old self. So last season Lukaku wasn't that Lukaku and he can was 2-3 seasons ago.
Only in shadow.
Jose Mourinho. No, Mourinho didn't buy Chelsea as a young player from Belgium to Chelsea. Yes, Anderlecht to Chelsea. Yes.
No, loan.
Yes, sir. He was so young player. Over 2 senior players. And Odiniko loan, right? Odiniko loan. No, Okobon home Odiniko teams including Everton. From there, no, Mourinho in Manchester United.
As
it stands now, we're second in the goal scoring chart. Or that second with 2 other players, right? 2 other players, or a second. So now me show how he started it.
Okay.
And so over all competition, I think over 7 or 8.
7 goals.
Oh, nice.
Yes, in all competitions. So what the man lacking and that coach is struggle to let it come back. You know, it takes a certain Jose Mourinho to bring it back. And then Lukaku is Lukaku is going back to his old self. The Lukaku that we know. Lukaku that score at ease. Right? The Lukaku that enjoy playing football.
Different coaches.
Under Roma.
Under Jose Mourinho. No. Oka's coming by. There's no free baby neighbor.
Yes.
The coaches be managed go.
Of course.
Okay.
I'm sure you are not a coy.
But it be to me.
If they do because team or a registered player of the team. Team is someone person about. Stamford Bridge.
No, maybe better. Pochettino
didn't want to see him there.
Me just say. No, she goes no way.
Of course, why not? Now was she?
And
Mourinho
as a manager.
And I mean, all this me kind wants him. Say in the last two seasons, he was the best player in the Italian Serie A.
Under different coaches.
Yes, was the best player over there. Okay. But last season when he went back to Chelsea, I'm fat.
In the form.
Last 2 seasons, sorry, Chelsea.
Last season about Champions League finals.
So last season, I know about Inter.
About finals.
About Inter, yes. Even though no, or your squad member. but he wasn't as good as the got name 2 seasons, 3 seasons ago. Right?
Because he wasn't good.
He wasn't as good as me comparative analysis.
He was not starting.
I'm telling me comparative analysis.
So you are no situated contest ni say. Na Omobi.
But for the coach.
As ma can you coach asem.
So me say na Omobi. O mama sam na ye de. Na Omobi tire say. Na
baby I know one no.
Onye good biem.
Na nyo so onye gu no bi ade chen no.
And you know
Omobi
because na coach ni chema one Edinseko.
He
played 25 league games into yes obi bo 25.
Me penisa na
Deco no start here no aba.
No he was
Deco was starting.
Most of the games
Deco started more games than
Monka de mamun de create asem no. Oh Deco na ebo. Obefuma no amna ba. And I just couldn't know abo.
Okay, whatever been the case, Mr. Otuo, so you end the season, no. Now, if you own your team, no, I feel on your team, no, but you say mono sad there, you will need him. And what now? But nay, he started scoring. We're finding the scoring boot, no. I'm a nay at Roma, no. About Kempin. 5 goals in the Scudetto. And I'm we are hoping that he'll do more. That is why Mourinho catcher on say. The deal, no. No more agree that no or permanent na onka but it comes back and you better answer one thing. You know there are some teams coaches be or not a team players because teams be because of the coach or
we go
of course so you Mourinho Roma crowd mo yin so ko fa
now the Roma has had better players than
I've not said that or overall best player in Roma. But at this point in time now Roma for they were not thinking of him it takes Jose Mourinho to bring him there. That's one of the good things that I'm a football establishing
Marino standard now
and as me kind Eden Hazard I call him quit as far as football is concerned and you are retired from football. Mr. Otuo at the age of 32 I'm feeling a lot but for injuries Mr. Otuo
Zach
he has to hang over you see him
oh yeah no pay me who is it oh baby cooks oh me Dino Dini he's making some
why there
some Dino or analysis be or the William Saliba compare so Campbell say he thinks so far what Saliba
is so Campbell
but some me can't know one so Campbell say he thinks what Saliba is doing no obetimi dey now compare Abantifen so Kamba na as young as he is now hwebo na obona ntimpa say me hwe who so Kamba was as a player footballer especially me limiting the Arsenal days no onum say yes Saliba is a good player so far I'm say since last season players now so mako tackles out of 229 players in the Premier League from last season. I'll call 50 plus tackles in the Premier League. On like on a yakin or less. So yakin only 3 times from last season. Dribble pass. And he offer play 200
defense or
limiting to the who I'm going to discuss.
Was
first in there Saliba? I depend 3 times. He's first, yes.
Okay.
He has been dribbled less within that period, no.
So,
but the reason why I think that sometimes the English, sometimes we are quick to start comparing. They are quick to compare and make that kind of, because. Let me get to the exact.
And he plays like him. He man, but
the
second major season in the Premier League, they won't even find company for Musa.
Yeah, because Ebians and Kofo answered that any uncle will come back. So person me I remember if that's not Invincibles. If now shares will come back in that's not Invincibles or no. Also that season player ball a lot of games in that Invincible no against Lehman 38 games no games ni na then the next person Thierry Henry 37 games Then the next person was Abante Feno, so Campbell playing 35 games. Started 35 games. And yes, but when the Akanebia starting and maybe a substitution and those, but he started 35 games in that invincible year, no. And or the longest unbeaten run as a defender in the Premier League, 56. Like in a team that he's playing, I would defend
statistics.
On longest unbeaten run.
And he show 4-3 unbeaten.
Maybe.
If your team wins 4-3, it's not an unbeaten run.
Yeah, unbeaten.
But we have 0-0, no new unbeaten run. As a defender.
Still unbeaten. Still unbeaten.
Okay, now 1-0.
Yes,
sure, 1-0. Now, on one is a go. How they are going to say
yeah, sure. So, but honestly, there's a camera that I watch now. I'm trying to get the exact quote in me. But I say, so come and say, so on internet was some.
A guy cook.
Ombe delay oh, come and say.
Also, near man.
I mean, never been.
Phone, no,
phone, but we're not taking some.
There will be a phone. Maybe it be a phone.
So too.
Sure. Now we got to when G now the yeah will say internet.
It be to me. I'm going to get me do was here na me how any. I rate William Saliba as highly as I rated so Campbell. We got crooks.
Exactly.
And you know he's virtually making the so I say he rates.
Said was rating no. Or rating to said they no rating so Campbell.
And he said
so he has not said he's better than so Campbell.
No, I've not said so better. Men can I say. I've not said so better.
Okay.
What I'm saying
to baby or so Campbell.
And that is argument say the today's Saliba bet me the now maybe I think Saliba yes is still growing, still but say bia
but mu akoda bi uswe obebo say and obobo to say penye bi o that's also there
bet means the players are more potential as I can was ma omo ntimi arreche omo potential and omo do so
misana ba for kai Ballon d'Or wait Manchester no so be Ballon d'Or Adnan Januzaj ya hu be ofai so ko na so say dad wo be bia man e so
players are no potential
ono ne kai Adnan Januzaj
omo do so
and I'm missing Greenwood
he's still playing no here no
he's still playing he's still playing
he scored a very good goal
he's still playing
and now ono na who should get if games na me so far since my last games my sheni nyina me sheni nyina 90
on e bo pa
proof say born there I've said it I can wa say
but if the so
born na Greenwood
yeah that's it
Greenwood e born no until first so ya na group no obi na bet me that Greenwood ono exceptional among those sa na group no Bukayo Saka mo ne
what called primary school
those guys no just that Suban
primary school na people
Suban ni bibi na but still
na kwa ni no pain
he's still playing so can the team
he's still playing agozi saying
and you come back
anye agree
he will come back
go coach on
and me last end there say coach be because na nza na me because I know I'm me am tell you Arsenal game mission 3 times
Arsenal game no
yeah I watch 3 times once again
I didn't try what's your motivation what I'm so class about
oh there be some motivation
I 3 times
it was a big game over the weekend what I say and now me person understand a lot of things that happened in the game you know because I me can go me honestly game na me fe example say me so hwe biom say bia because of
be offer
but still now no I realize say na me hwe no first day say na it game na me fe because of how two teams ni na set it up and coaches me nyanti medical the two bia ma wo hwe ya just on the screen before even coach comes in I told you say two things in obi an highline more visuals of any now omo obi an highline because of omo nya him how teams in a bit me punish the opponent when they try to go high because of you know at any point in time as na in possession bia no obi won say City guys no when in their half their back line they omo risk enko high Arsenal to same City Jibon now what they do they all retrieve and Arsenal were like defending in a 4-4-2 initially when the game started they were defending a 4-4-2 and this was how Arsenal were defending trying to close up spaces now Foden, Julian Alvarez, small boy Luis Mo will utilize in that area no. Until this how they crowded the midfield. The other one going to sit to say as na J ball now quickly. What they will do is that Omunya will retrieve, come and block the midfield. And do
They said they had respect for each other.
Oh, say
They two equal sides. Na mo de mo epe.
Enye mo de mo ase maybe aye.
Based on the whole kind of maker. Say bitima basa.
Obetimi aka de ko bia and wo chere wa adwene.
Oh, say analysis. Me just say so no be bobo na say unya no kwet na no be ya. The whole kind just say no mo buo ma omo. That's the point I mean can say.
Yeah, it can also be the case and
no, it is the case.
Miss Mindy we say.
So oya so ya. The wo ka dey oya so ya.
Oya so ya. No na ta na wo ka.
Eti okay ya. It's in the second half where the game, because time of them attending Belmont, the Asas started expanding their game, using the wings. Because in the first half, they were not doing it. City were not doing it. But Martinelli Belmont, Asas started expanding their game with Martinelli. Into one and Moruno, so Moruno, Pep Guardiola, immediately no person counter. Knowing says in Janko na week akra into the Doku. Baby utilize that wing play no. One at it so time our yes substitution na tete say be adwumoni abam pep trim. E no dey to me house say that be come and stop there because Doku Zinchenko no so the kind of crop back no o hwe no ko quickly now tete realize that you know on dey to me house to come and block there. So eti wo how game no we like overcrowded the midfield. Na say we no ya counter
na di bo wuzu asem. Was into the crack and say.
Na
ball in your face.
That one, it wasn't a very exciting game.
Yeah, times after international break, the FFB.
And then
they have been more Manchester Crumo.
And then they
and say City United share a BFA.
I didn't be so United.
Now the other be coach. Next coach for coach now. What will Crumo for how long?
About 5 days now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now say Mobile. Who did you maybe wana?
I go sing kakra. Me drone my identity.
Okay. Yantre me do yantre the Nazakito kan. Okay, first what is press no can about Saliba as against Campbell and some of in England?
To be honest, say the Zakito can. But I mean, press no they've always got a way to compare players. It be a really good saying to the feel so no so Bobo no to the next level no bit maybe do so Campbell. From the Mimi who also Campbell technically he's not the best, but defensively he's very organized. In regards to Sibia, technically Sibia Yenji born him pass him run, he's not so good at it. But with Saliba no has that. But then again no can Saliba defend as much as so Campbell no defend the other? For me, it will take time for us to, to make sure.
So the last answer to you should be no.
I don't think he's there yet.
Okay.
And to be honest, I also Nigeria, this is
OGBB.
Of course, yeah. That's OGBB answer.
Okay. Tanzania, especially. So we move on to the Arsenal City game. Now you are in Ghana.
Yes.
Okay.
Sunday, maybe.
Okay.
But Manchester live. But from what Zakito can say. Okay, yeah, both teams know equal for the mid block, but with respect. What that means is, Omo be defended, but you don't defend too deep because knowing City is so defended too deep. That's when you're born. By the time I be hit him on the counter, and I must recover. It is so defended from the mid block. Now you still have smaller spaces to attack to, rather than so being defending so deep and then now when your side space need to try and attack them. And that's exactly what City does and City did, and that's exactly what Arsenal did as well. There was so many tactical variations what game him where for me that mistake never in the Arsenal to make a game, but I mean a lot of respect to Arsenal for
mistake never.
Well, a boy now there was a block.
Okay. The last kick.
Yeah.
Now they way by. Okay. Your discussion is, but I'm sorry. Finally, then I'm on for about 10 hack.
People are saying he's confused.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
In UK?
No, they're saying he's confused. You can go on. No. People are saying he's really confused because
But coach, we have a bad la home.
You come on here.
Even in Sancho.
We did attempt to say Abola.
I'm at place in
Sancho no.
Otuo-Acheampong.
Sao.
Because in there, Sebi, over can be say, when you train, yeah, say, oh, the Michelle could come now catch him, I'm okay with it, and I even in front of my teammates, but not to the media. And then you expect me to come and say, what can we miss me in carry? And so what we also need to understand is that football now comes with advertisements, comes with the media side of it as well. So now, say, campaign people say be your money in a year, Juma, it could go against him because of what he's gone and said. But he's saying to himself, so listen, me training no. Maybe me as much as you want me to do it.
That's why I know.
Training no. It is all about media and this is me training me, and that's all of a sudden the media picks up on me. I also me defend them. And I can't defend them. And I so he's from South London. No. South London to say the James could have them. I could be no other cast much in Winyano.
Obakabiacho.
It's no Omoka say Uncle Pacho ne say on your da. And the agents don't see a Nigerian guy Emeka or not the Kutai in Ketia money. He knows the game really well. And by all means, I mean top clubs will come in for him if need to. Because that's how United sort of a boca. But once I quite as a media and into my Kolan and Sam when coaching in Pen or Honor. But what I feel is a coach and that's what good in some kakra. No fun as a band or Saman.
That was so bizarre.
But with the example I'll make about Okan public, is it different from just recently Pep Guardiola told the whole world Martinez Nunes the first start and yet he because that is how he thinks and this is not the first time Pep has done that. Jurgen Klopp or any manager and if he say like what is then different from Moody and Ten Hag catcher and so
that's a good question
than Martin Nunes was saying the first start is poor.
Who say Asama overcatch Jibo be yam be na me nyam obi an se do sie na nyam enti me ka say Pepper kind no akola na nyam no enti no visa so
okay I'm just saying no I'm say the coach can say it is not what the coach says but they all can't no. What's the Martin Nunes
doesn't also show say in Superman because coach if from all the clubs the boy has played he has problem with training at Man City the records are there at Dortmund the records are there even at the English national team coach about one team I say at Euros they have problem with Sancho with the training and that is it a case of coach Sancho so minor in
who's Eden Hazard player because training they're the worst trainers. Eden Hazard was one of the worst trainers at Chelsea. It is sometimes he has to be managed in a sense coaches even when new players in the crowd teams now coaches they catch them to listen Eden Hazard will be a trainer about the Jana. So they need to be managed. In regards to Sancho for me in the crowd coaching is so wrong. So Baba Casa Sibia own trainee into all of a sudden, I can't be young and once be a best I can as be a small mechanic. It be a psychologically chrono. Now me they try some entertain now man it's me any maybe is with me. Also be one my always say sir. So per se will encourage you to get the best out of them. Sometimes we work with me who know him. But we also who not just what can be a channel. We also just on the yakasa. So much with me here to make sure to be the better than the sign man. Play also to get the best out of them. Who not watch the train. And a coach whom you train me. All of a sudden,
yes,
no, because as I say, it's not match with me here. Point and I'm society. One you see, I'm a media seeing a baby. It's for me, the coach need use that tactic, but it backfire also.
Okay, so mom say, Ten Hag say, well, Kuala no coach you, na when you have opportunity to coach stars and other, and I'm an ambassador, meaning say if you agree with them. So I asked me, they all kind of Colana eating.
They Ten Hag.
Who's a question in it? Coach na Abba. Yeah, you are brutal. On Abba, you busan at him. We ain't here, you can come on. Coach, what you do?
They Ten Hag. He's a Obaye na anymore. So we have more pointing as a United manager. Obaye, what he did was, Oma, a one-on-one coach, I will name him really well. Holland. Emma Sancho called him for about a whole 6 weeks of the holidays no nyaya. So one-on-one.
No, don't call him.
Into a fan say the baby in sanity. All of a sudden, I can still not respond to me. I'm on as a coach, and I said, I put so much in you. That's a bass, maybe saying so. He's a cow crab, another kind of
enough of that. Yeah. Bavo was as a man and after you coach in 5-10 minutes with him, and then me said that, said, yet, Tia DBS. Until all BB can now.
Oh, there we say with coach there. On the behind the scene, I'm in one come.
Oh, behind the scene, babe. Good morning, boss. Zakito must know that Nunes is a Portuguese and Sancho is an English boy. Reprimanding an English boy in front of his people, Ten Hag should have known better. Meaning say related to the Naka with the South London thing. No? Okay, then greetings to Coach Kwakuchum, watching you guys live from US. Honorable Prince.
Okay.
Honorable Prince, what Tumukromo is what America. And or where no pay. And a lot of them coming by the Anubisio. Na Yaba could me say them 2 minutes being a chair. You see, me what be all these players across Europe. Utim says that technique na can. Ubia okakra. Oba is why we league and why I say so basics na we don't seem to have it. As yet night talent. Raw talent, no. What is it that they do that we don't do? Now as an and say boy. We boys na. Utim so almost in bow. When I say opportunities near DNA agencies, everybody knows how to touch the ball, 1 or 2, any idea. But you don't see that with us. Youth development, yeah.
I always say, regardless of how a player is as a talent, they be able to develop. And they be the best school, Musa Sabio, Obani Madia said, and Crown, a city in the China. It is a collect me kind book, not a book, no, it's me kind, but on Tiasi and for Swiniso. In his words, Marcia. Me buy me call Bruno half for region. Mene 3 coast clubs because share more training sessions from a more under 10s, under 12s, 14s, and 17s. Anna Kumasi and Mako share 3 coaching sessions from 3 different clubs. But the first thing I saw from out of all these 6 clubs in Inna is there's no questions and answers.
Questions and answers.
What I mean is, you set drills now. You see, Jibo Jibo na on pass my bar for Gia on train on pass Murray. But where does that happen in the game? If you are coach naturally say, okay, Ojia Jeffa Kuno on the pass, but be at the body shape even before you receive the ball on the ground is really important. It's where we say na my yes drill na we no. If one drill na be my no. Coach has to now ask questions and answers to get answers. Maybe like it Oje born or high say, where do you think that happens in your position?
The ring na koso hobby.
Maybe I say, oh, yeah, me a winger into say defender na bar, me drop me shoulder na me jibo, me you say. It's all of a sudden you're playing the game in their heads. So it comes back to coaching. And I always say, sir, see, I'm sure for the next 10 years now, our football will get worse. Worse and worse. Do you know why? Because people are used to the best now. Before, 20, 30 years ago, now football were not as developed as it is today. So now, so we'll be developing the football to the next level. That's your with TV. So now we see that as a norm. We just players with me, but we play with me because I bear norm my. It is a Bagana league, and I say a Bagana, a coast teams, and that's what nobody will be touching. And I was it's in the way there, then quite beautiful. You know, these big clubs are all. It's the people are used to the best, and when people get used to the best, we have to develop our own. And for me, coaching, they're really poor.
Coaching, no,
really poor.
But almost certificate A na. Any UEFA any calf license and you know be coaching.
Let me bring it back into school again. Sir, we'll be back to school to become a teacher, but that doesn't mean we're a teacher. And it's what I say. To get the best out of Nkolano, it's really important. To understand team now coaching, and the opposite is really important. And it brings me back to your DNA. It's really a document, and for me, it's not good enough. Because in him, you're and even as a coach, me myself, and I say, okay, but and yet explained enough for Sebi or CAF D coaches, C coaches to understand. Say, this is how we get the best out of the players. No? And for me,
England, they go we are buying. No, yes, sanity.
No, but also so you see here, producers in bit the coaching website of the English FA. This sessions are demonstrating. It, for instance, if you're under 20 coach or England, no, pick one topic. No, what jet topic, no, and it's video recorded and it's on the system. Maybe I'll quite kind even as much as if you one pick a session itself, and you understand exactly where the coaching points are, which for me, is important than anything. Okay. Because all these coach clubs are making some show money now. According to say, who drills no on TV, who drills no on the internet, and design be no more yet. But the coaching points of the drill were not coached. You don't get the best out of the players, and even sometimes some of the drills are we bet me repeated drills for the next 6 weeks. For instance, Monday you focus on via defensive principles every Monday for the next 6 weeks. I say focus on defensive principles. Maybe the next day, Tuesday, and you have to focus on attacking principles. Every Saturday for the next 6 weeks. Because I could be as a key to or no do straight away. What you say, it might take him 2 weeks and not better. But who pay no better than even how Zakito is doing it. It will be on the learning processes. And for me, the coach's name here in regards to drills or more makes no sense doing it. It's your DNA needs to really be expanded. And because from the ages of 8 to the ages of 12, and I'm quite
8 to 12.
Yes, especially with football. It is basics, the intermediate develop basics from the ages of 8 to 12 now. We have problems straight away.
8 to 12?
Yes. A factor, it's a study that backs it.
8 to 12. Yeah. And the age we are not some
the reason why you are aging him is you want to say the Akulaku school from the ages of beer 0 to 5, I say 1, 2, 3 up to 10 but Udi 7 or still into 1, 2, 3 to 10 now. I see a test all the time. It is why when even in recent times, number from a common player would do over 8 and number from free Africa because they still feel say a bit drawn on that on developmental stages in the trend. They prefer to come to the coast teams and no one fan and could develop. It is why we have apartheid there. All these top players, Kudus Munano, they went at the very young age with the talent they had, and they've been developed to world class players. If say you ain't been developed between the ages of 8 to 12 now, there's a big problem.
Okay.
Question for Ghanaian interest. Kudos at West Ham. Me free say.
Good question.
With the level of honor, you should be starting West Ham games every week, but still more keeping on the bench, no introduce no. What's your take on that one?
I'm integrating in. I'm try to integrating in as much as as long as possible. You don't. Sometimes play everyone man and mobile didn't become straight away. In regards to Kudo's situation, for me, it's the best thing for him because Said Benrahma or Brentford no chance at all West Ham. And David Moyes here coach on players or skills be Kudo is very effective compared to Benrahma because Kudos wouldn't take an extra touch if it's here. But for me, with time,
extra touch before. What's the extra touch?
Who's the player who on my receiving skills class or the Bible pass need 2 touch? We go on my open train to what touch be mansana and that slows down attack.
Time also pass, no? Or the back.
That slows down attack.
Anthony, what is that? Anthony.
Yeah.
It's Anthony, is that?
Yeah. For me, I feel I'm being integrating in as much as possible. Now, every time he will start the games.
But coach, if you say Paqueta be more reason why Kudus chances of playing will be limited.
Unse Paqueta no more so much on the real.
Okay.
And the betting the problems in the buyer. I'm went to me Anton. But unse me personally, the Kudus call West Ham. I was a bit shocked in the sense that there were bigger clubs than I could beat me a call. But I mean, we named the situation why I'm at the call West Ham. But I mean, it's a good signing for them. Anyway.
So back to the question: is Paqueta player Debiano Moyes who prefer him to Kudus, given what you know?
I don't know. Because also this year some more call Europe as well. It's even here a bigger squad than it was before. But I really feel Securities will come good again in regards to what your buy or Bemukrana and Obey and Sani Manina. And he's really fighting for his place. I really feel so with time. Probably a top player that we feel set.
Mohamed Kudus. Okay. Could you go so didn't come ever for Bremen and Cotton Freddie Ho. We English game we had the baby.
You say why am a bro from Chino can I bro for what
more fast than I do.
But for coach Otiano, maybe a time I be kind
more fast than I do.
Coach who drew
no fast to be ano.
That's
I would just have different
time I be kind and I but coach who drew you.
Yeah.
Coach is a big guy.
No, he's a big guy.
I'm telling you, coach is a top guy.
Yeah.
When we talk about football in UK, coach is a top guy.
Yeah.
Time Omame me ko here Brentford ne Crystal Palace game.
Wow.
So coach ne mame
wow.
Ticket mame de ko na baby am ko tena na why arrangement one of the top agents in British football. No na only coach here. And coach here no so jene number na ene ni nkomo. Ya start here ye didi nkomo and how he talks about Freddie. Ghana ya access but maybe how to allocate the near better commonality. And no na problem. Me kai say menene ko have dinner or one Turkish restaurant na me catch and say
coach ne dey go dia wa say
it's na me catch and say with the knowledge now wa acquire no I think say it's about time as well to be befi ebia omo hwe football no will not see the kind of people here me kai say we dey coach fache me o name say you 2 or 3 days to end the transfer window. Surprisingly, and Mikel Antonio called him. Said let him was it Tottenham Palace? Yeah, Crystal Palace, and he was seeking advice from coach. And said the top up between Sky West Ham the man and his Sky Crystal Palace the man the difference was £20,000. West Ham when you're ready some better pay up, but Crystal Palace is ready to pay. Now what free coach Ibiza could say on your day.
On the training, no.
Say what it is. Obuza say on your day. What should he do? On stay with West Ham, and also move to Crystal Palace.
Anthony.
Okay, see, I need a friend question. No, to the
champion. Advice. Reason why he thinks
you stay.
West Ham will help him. One, they are going to play in Europe. Okay. 2, even though £20,000 is huge money in the UK, I say £20,000 UK yes
who's the UK? How do UK?
Someone is I want to scan free. Now coach can say stay at West Ham. The opportunities at West Ham is man. He thinks it's all value now is equal to £20,000. Then he can answer, yeah, you are right. Freddie, you are right. Then transfer window by Mikel Antonio. So on the match captain.
Yeah, he's a big
coach.
Man. Make it chance it here all the way from America.
Yeah.
What do?
Blast out game.
Or say so go ebo blast out. No more go to organize go ball. Or say Ochia the champs for.
Yeah.
Anyway, say make it so no fast coach Freddie. Hey, what na? Do you know the number of drivers with licenses who can't even move a car? Forget about car licenses, etc. Can you give us the lines of Coach Afrani and says to Jones to give you? Yet they were beating everybody. You guys have not taken over Coach Freddie from me. These days, he doesn't even give me tickets for Premier League games because of you guys.
Some of the things I want to say. Now we'll come about your coaching problem. There are top players who in the Premier League. Personally, he's their trainer.
Yeah.
On the training or move.
Yeah.
Edin Ketia, Mikel Antonio,
other Chelsea players.
Tarek,
Reece James.
Yeah, Reece James. Yeah.
Yes. He trains them. Aside about Chelsea, a Chelsea will coach, players na fan as their personal coaches. And to work training area now, work training. Other areas of full say on one he should improve. No, then.
I didn't want to buy him saying a good break, one bisaka. And then still, I'm weird.
I think
so. One bisaka.
Oh yeah.
But it's
Black
one
also a printer.
I think so.
Ambassador Breno.
Sometimes you do nimdia nyeba hufuni.
Yeah.
We can even bring them down. To help our coaches. Maybe they makwa kuhunubi. And the number of people are more friend, not only players, coaches are more friend to seek advice from. Obi to me friend, Freddie.
Oh, it's going to Spain the other place. Yeah.
One player.
I think there's one game. Coach Oko Spain Ghanaian player Bempo. Ameria. Yeah. I'm not Madrid.
Or a big man.
I'm not Madrid. Yeah.
Or a big man. Timmy Fu said, Mizoto. Se was any power ma and here see a train do nim dear no that should be the quad.
Yeah,
we need to develop our football.
But yeah, system no fa say
Enra
said on best on your money man no ha ye yes sir
Enra we see blaster here near their man
on best of one color
and all the junior national teams
the national team you one color how many national team ti bafo. As your national team now, your national team are limited. I hear whom you know. There are a lot of young players who are Bantama and Sansi Bontefo. I'll be here. I'm saying we so I tried. You may be Manchester. Coach Bano.
Afrani Bano. Almost at visa. Also obey 120.
He's coming almost Bagana. I think they are here.
One more town.
Our Crossbow Stadium. In general, like watching the Kotoko Accra Lions game. Say one, Kotoko is a big club. Lions is a small team. Individually, how the Lions players is being trained, their technical ability compared to Kotoko players, no. It's in the market of selling players to the bigger market, which is Europe now. Definitely, the Lions players will attract the bigger market than Kotoko players. So what did I say? It's when he talks about coaching a problem or Ghana. So what Nasina will share a league now? On say first and two football no nipa bebre mpo countries bebre no mumpe. So what did I say? And they say game number bedru stage and ye matter of yeba player. Ayebeka se nyame ama na doma chade a onim ball bonko a yetimi training obi a ball no kura no onim keke ebi at the age of 1 2 but odu 5 for yetimi che na ball ebi a ondu the age of 19 no near be classify as a superstar. And then Mizoto Jude Bellingham man for Kanasem. I'm not sure he was the best talent during his age group, but look at his development. Baby Ednedu. Also when you watch him, the natural talent is not there. Musi aye no ho adwuma. And what be a good player. And I feel say, you're born now, you're born, Mizoto. Coaching a problem. And near the high and say, time a game necessary. There were people who no more opportunity to develop young players. Or more than normal, and say, or far crana, or fan the Seneba, or Titeno, field training, Ebio General Park. So it's those coaches need to say something in when the game was changing, a concentration about more. You football ya can was started ya omo. You introduce under 12 for Ghana and in UK.